What's up, everybody? Scott back at you. I was just thinking today, we've been struggling a little bit with some of our builds. We have a North Scottsdale build and a Fountain Hills build that still haven't gotten to the permit stage. Fountain Hills, we haven't quite closed. We've run into all kinds of hiccups and things with the lending. We fired one lender, went back with another lender, and we've been extending that closing over and over again. So it's just been all over the map. With North Scottsdale, we are really close now to finally getting permit ready and get that project out of the ground. It's been about 9 months that we've been in that project. We're getting close to a year here pretty soon, in about 3 months, I guess maybe 2 months. So maybe we've been even like 10 months into that project at this point. My point is that sometimes, not just in business, but in life, you get stuck, right? Sometimes you just feel like you're stuck in quicksand. And I like to use quicksand as kind of an analogy a lot of times when I'm thinking about it, to not start thrashing around. So in today's hustle culture where everything's push, 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 you gotta push through, you gotta push through. I honestly think sometimes you might be stuck in quicksand and you need to remain calm. So I think that thrashing around and wiggling and pushing harder and harder when you're stuck in those moments is not necessarily the smartest thing to do. Sometimes you gotta stay calm. You gotta lean back a little bit. You gotta think about it. You gotta move a little slower and maybe even take a day of quiet time just to make sure. Am I looking at this? Is my focus correct? What am I missing here? Instead of all the time, full on gas pedal all the way. You know what? Every vehicle has a brake for a reason. Does that make sense? There's a green light, a yellow light, and a red light. Sometimes you might be in that yellow light and you need to slow down just a little bit and make sure that you're not thrashing around and just sinking yourself further in. So I know sometimes there's challenges. Right now we're going through them with some couple of our builds. Oh well, sometimes, like I said, I just got to sit back, take a break, think a little bit about it before moving too quick. Always think of the quicksand analogy, because if you fall into quicksand and you start wiggling and you start forcing it, you sink more and you sink faster. If you stay calm and you lean back and gently shift yourself a little bit out of that, you can start thinking and slowly make your way out of the quicksand. Sometimes you're just stuck in quicksand and there's nothing you can do about it except relax, stay calm, and think a little bit before just taking wild, crazy action. So we've been like that for a few months in our business. We're laying back a little bit, thinking, making sure our moves are clean. We're slowly cleaning up some of the processes and things are starting to move again. We're starting to get out of that quicksand right now. So we're getting excited again because we're getting closer and closer to getting those builds out of the ground. But I just thought I would share with you that we hit challenges just like anybody else, and we've hit some pretty big ones. I hit some health challenges. I had some skin cancer that had to be dug out of my face. There's always gonna be these things that come and try to stop you. Remain calm. Take your time and get through it. You'll be fine. And I will update you guys as soon as we have some more progress on our builds so you guys can see what's coming out of the ground.